Yo, 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 what's up? What's good, everybody? Checking in with everybody, man. Big weekend. We're in the midst of the state championship playoffs for California, that is. I'm talking about San Diego football, including Southern Section now. San Diego's in, obviously, Southern California, so the way these teams down here advance to state championship is that they play one single game against a team in the Southern Section, which really can be anyone from, I guess, Los Angeles all the way to kind of like Bakersfield area, which is kind of like Central California. Those are the teams and the range that everybody would be in which a team from San Diego, once they win the CIF section, San Diego section down here, they'd advance, play one game that's the deciding game in order to get to state, and then they would advance if they win, obviously, one game elimination. So, I mean, this is uploaded after the fact. The state championship games are set. We know the results and everything, and I'm kind of going to go over what I saw, a brief overview of the games, mainly speaking on, I'm going to speak mainly on Lincoln, their win over Sierra Canyon, as well as modern day Catholics. These guys just won't ever give it up, man. But hey, I got a lot to say about that team too. Modern Day's win over Downey High School, in Downey in LA, and then I can briefly go over Granite Hills, their win over Etiwanda High School. They were at home, and then University City's tough loss. Man, 4 teams in the state championship run, the playoffs, and I'm the one that established that video, uploaded the video, talking about San Diego football, kind of downplaying it, and that's kind of been my reoccurring theme. And will it change my mind in terms of, will these, like, past couple years, because there were 3 state championship teams last year from San Diego: Scripps Ranch, Cathedral Catholic, and Modern Day Catholic. 3 teams that had success winning state last year. There's going to be, I think, 3 or 4, because I didn't even mention Classical Academy and Palo Verde. I think Palo Verde lost. Yeah, they lost. But Classical Academy is playing for state too, and they're from San Diego. So that's 3 teams again. Will these state championship appearances change my mind of what I think about the county and the culture and what they stand for when it comes to football and how the players are developed and all this? It will never change, because we won't ever make the strides and change the culture permanently unless the people that are in charge, which are coaches, league, county officials, district, personnel, athletic directors, the whole 9 yards, unless that whole ideology changes to maybe something pertaining like to how schools in Texas are ran, then it'll always be the same on how things are around here, and that's okay. I'll make a separate video on what I think and what I believe is the reason why there has been a major shift in how Lincoln High School has changed over time, and also the success of Modern Day and all these players getting these big Division I offers. Kind of, it's this network, and it's this kind of farm system pool that 2 coaches, and I'm going to highlight them in the next video whenever I upload that, are the sole reason or instrumental in why things are the way they are. And honestly, they literally are saving this county, and they are putting this county on the map when it comes to high school football. But I'll get into that. That'll be a very interesting video. That's just going to be giving flowers to them, because that's all they deserve, honestly. But anyway, man, I guess just going off of the highlights, because I couldn't find the televised game of the Modern Day Downey game, Modern Day being down 21-0 in the first quarter. If I was watching it live at that point, I would be like, man, this is over. That's, good job, good run. Y'all won Division I, moved up 2 divisions, one of the best teams predicted of all time, and has made a crazy comeback in their season in order to get back to a championship, beating Mission Hills. Like, man, the first 4 games they lost, they're 0-4 to start the year. And the team looked bad, their fans turned on them. I was at a couple of modern day games. Those fans are not very generous people, I'll tell you that. Parents too, y'all are, you're doing it to yourselves, But they are playing Downey, you know what I mean? They're away too. So they had to make the trip up to LA. Down 21-0, quarterback for Downey, big D1 commit. I think he's committed to like Oregon State or something like that. Ballers. Just quarterback ability San Diego just doesn't see. They don't have it here, minus a Julian Sane. You know what I'm saying? Out there just slinging the pill. 6'4", 210, just huge. 21-0 up, just looking bad for modern day. And then big momentum shift, special teams, third phase of the game, right? Punt muffed, safety. Got a couple kickoffs. Modern day had a couple kickoffs that were fielded. Basically like they were squib kicks that ended up being like onside kicks. Modern day recovered. I think twice, maybe they got one for sure. The second one maybe not, but they're just those close calls. And then little by little, modern day's offense was just able to just chip away. McMillan just out there running the ball very well, man. He moves really well. At the beginning, I thought he was a little slow on his feet, but he's looking really, really good. And again, I think he's going to have one more year after this year's over, which is crazy. Dan Kill's a confident guy, man. He's a confident quarterback, and I love the way he plays, man. When he wants to, he can rip that ball like anybody in the nation, which is pretty impressive. Just making big plays. Shout out to Jerry McClure and Trey Edwards. Those guys had to play both ways, and they're playing like all phases of the game too. They might as well coach. Shoot, have them play offense, water break, have them put on the headset, call the plays, and then have them run back out there and get a pick. That's how these guys are out there playing, man. But they're winning games like that. And it was no different with Downey, man. They rallied from 22, from down 21, scoring 22 points. Obviously at a loss for words for how good modern day has been and the turnaround they were able to do and what they were able to prove. I got nothing but good things to say about that team. And it's not like I wanted to say bad things. I believe the second video I made on modern day after they lost to Carlsbad, being down 0-2, was that I gave them, I kind of criticized them for how they were playing just because it was so different from how they were last year. I felt it was very, it wasn't smooth and things sputtered a lot, and I was very critical. And I was saying they're all overrated. I was a huge fan of the team and the players and how everyone was, but they kind of got me back on their bandwagon again, and for good reason, because they really earned it. And man, they just know how to win and figure it out, bro. Lincoln, man, unbelievable 27-point rout in the third quarter, man. I was watching that on Spectrum, Los Angeles channel. The Lakers play, man. Sorry, Lakers. And that was one of the most dominating victories I've seen just in general when it comes to CIF playoffs, going into state, whatever. Like, Sierra Canyon looked like they didn't belong on the field. That looked like their B team. And Lincoln was out there just styling on everybody, bro. Like, Rod Robinson's out there doing the gritty into the end zone, just pushing people's faces down on the ground. They're doing this away up in Chatsworth, bro. I don't know if LeBron was there. But it was just a dominating performance by Lincoln. They did what they wanted. They had no problems. All phases of the ball, man. Defensively, Sierra Canyon couldn't do anything. They were playing like 5 different quarterbacks. I don't know what was going on. They couldn't establish the run game. I knew Lincoln's defensive line's obviously real. I hope PV is okay. That injury didn't look good to his leg. I hope he's okay, and that he'll just be healthy, once he gets to college. I know he wants to play, get out there to win a state, but man, your future is more important, and hopefully he heals back. But seeing him go down was very disappointing because he was obviously the charge that led the defense to just be able to smother Sierra Canyon the way they did. And man, That was just it was like laughable at times how bad Sierra Canyon was playing. And it was just one of those games. Sometimes in football, man, like you'll have games where you like, not you, but hypothetically speaking, a team can just come out so flat and they can't get anything going and they can't really make any adjustments, and then the other team is just feeding off of it, and then they're feeling good, and it just doubles, triples, quadruples, quintuples, and adds on and stacks on. That's how it was with Lincoln beating Sierra Canyon. They just couldn't do anything. Rod Robinson looks good, man. He looks healthy. I'm really glad. He was running one leg, peg leg in the CIF championship down here against Carlsbad, and I was just like, man, I don't want this guy to, he's compromised. I don't want him to just worsen an injury, but he looked good out there, man. He got his speed back. Guy's special. I need to say this for sure. He ain't from San Diego. San Diego kids aren't like that. Little skinny California kids, they ain't like that. He's from down south, bro. He's not from here, and that's a fact. He's got families out in the south somewhere, so that just makes sense. So I just want to put that out there. He ain't representing us out here, okay? We're not like that. So we can get like that, but y'all need to, you know what I'm saying, stop going to the beach all the damn time. Anyway, so yeah, Lincoln, they're advancing. I believe they're playing someone pretty good. You got De La Salle. It's a winnable game, honestly. This isn't De La Salle back in 2008. This is a very beatable De La Salle team. Lincoln might win state. I predict they will. I hope they will. Their swagger, their shit talking is next to none, and they deserve every bit of it, and they can do it because they're backing it up, and I support it, man. I don't like when Lincoln celebrates like that, or when they be doing and flexing, but like now, because they're winning and they can't, and no one's stopping them, talk your shit, man. Talk your shit. You only can do that when you can back it up like the way they are. Granite Hills beating Etiwanda, man. Granite Hills is just a hot team. This is an East County team going to state. I don't know when's the last time an East County team went to state was obviously the 2014 LCAP team losing to Camp Lindo. That was a heartbreaker. And then Helix winning in 2011. They won their state championship against Del Oro. That was probably the greatest Helix team of all time, which I played against. Man, Granite Hills has the opportunity to do it. I'm not sure who this team is. I don't really have any idea about where this team is. Well, obviously they're from NorCal, but in terms of like their history and this and that, Granite Hills has a huge opportunity, man, to bring home a state championship. This is the East County. This is like a West Hills, a Santana, a LCAP. This is Granite Hills High School. Not anymore though. They've elevated, and I hope that their program and their farm system feeder team changes the dynamic of how Granite Hills is forever, and I hope they just can separate themselves from these clown schools out here in the East. With the win here, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge. They had a pretty solid win over Etiwanda. It seemed like it wasn't that close. They were playing at home. I wish I was able to see that, but I missed it. Unbelievable time, man. We got all these teams going to state. Who else? Well, that's 3 teams. And then Classical Academy is the 4th team. Wow, they won. I don't really know about them, but I just know they got some dudes out there playing D5. I don't know how. But, wow. This is 4 teams playing for state representing San Diego. Again, I'm born and raised here. I'm a San Diego guy. I hate the football culture out here, but things are changing slowly but surely. And if there's any sort of change for success and winning, I'm going to support it 100%, because that's why we play the game. I'm excited for the weekend coming up, man. I might be at Saddleback. I might see y'all up there. We'll see, man. Good luck to these teams. Everyone go out there and play hard. It's one last game. You sell out. You spend all that time in the off season preparing for this opportunity and for these moments. At the end of the day, the field's 120 yards long, 53 1/3 width. The goalposts are still 23 feet, 9 inches. And there's still hashes and end zones. And there's still one football. 11 on 11, man. Get it done. Let's go.